Hello dear students. In last topic we studied about the morphology of leaf and we studied the types of leaves, their arrangement on the branch. But why I am telling you that? It is because today's topic we will understand only when we correlate it with the leaf morphology or leaf arrangement. So, what is today's topic? Today's topic is inflorescence. Before going into the details of the topic, let me show you some inflorescence. This is one inflorescence. This is another inflorescence. This is another inflorescence. And even this sunflower, it's also an inflorescence. So what does it mean? Inflorescence means arrangement of flowers on floral axis. All of these flowers are arranged in a particular way. So inflorescence means arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. The floral axis is called as peduncle. Okay, so the arrangement of flowers on peduncle is called as inflorescence. Actually, flowers are present on the shoot only. So when a plant becomes mature, instead of leaf bud, it starts producing floral buds, and that is called as inflorescence. So inflorescence is the kind of a stem only, but instead of leaves, it starts producing flowers. So in that previous topic, we studied about phyllotaxy. What was phyllotaxy? Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaves on a shoot. Likewise, the arrangement of flowers on a shoot, that is floral axis, is called as inflorescence. So there are various types of inflorescence. Let's see. So here is a flow chart I have drawn. This flow chart shows 4 types of inflorescence. The 4 types of inflorescences are: first is solitary inflorescence. Solitary inflorescence means when only one flower is there on a floral axis. On one peduncle, only one flower is there. So that is called as solitary inflorescence. Which is this flower? This is China rose, that is hibiscus. So hibiscus shows solitary inflorescence. Likewise, poppy flower also shows solitary inflorescence. Then the next type of inflorescence is called racemose inflorescence. Racemose inflorescence, I will show you this. This is an example of racemose inflorescence. I will tell you the detail later on. Then third type is called as cymose inflorescence. This is an example of cymose inflorescence. We will study about their details later on. And fourth one is called a special type of inflorescence, which we will study only when we have completed racemose and cymose. So we have to differentiate between racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence. Now I have noted down there are 2 main differences. First difference is the arrangement of flowers on floral axis, or you can say arrangement of flowers on peduncle. So can you differentiate how they are arranged? See, this is racemose, this is cymose. They are quite different. First is the arrangement is acropital in racemose. Acropetal means the youngest flower is always at the center and the oldest flower is at the base. Okay, so that is called as acropetal succession or acropetal arrangement of flower, which is also called centripetal flower arrangement. Next, here it is basipetal. Basipetal means the oldest flower is in the center. See here. In this case, the youngest flower is in the center. In this case, the oldest flower is in the center. Whereas towards the base, there are young flowers. There are still birds are there. So, when the oldest flower is at the center of the peduncle, then that is called cymose. When the youngest flower is at the center of the peduncle, that is called acropetal arrangement. So in racemose, it is acropetal arrangement of flowers, whereas in cymose, it is basipetal arrangement of flowers. This is one difference, main difference. So because of that, what happens? In case of racemose, there are indefinite number of flowers. For example, I will show you 3 stages. This is the youngest stage of this plant. Now this grows like this and ultimately this. Here we cannot decide and tell how many flowers it will have. So as it grows, the number of flowers will keep on increasing. Like here, the number of flowers have increased. And here they have increased more. So the growth of this peduncle is indefinite. Initially it was so small, then it became more longer and it has become so long. So that's why there is an indefinite growth of the peduncle. As a result, there are indefinite number of flowers. We cannot predict the number of flowers. Whereas in this case, here you see, it has a limited growth. This peduncle will not grow in size anymore. It will remain like this only. So there is a definite growth of the peduncle, and as a result, there will be definite number of flowers. The flower numbers will not change. Okay, so this is called cymose inflorescence. Again, these racemose inflorescence, they are of different types. So many different types of racemose inflorescences are there. Let us see some. First one is called as raceme. See, I have drawn the diagram of the raceme. Just recall a mustard inflorescence, mustard, sarson. In that, suppose we are taking 5 flowers on that. So the oldest will be at the base, number 2, 3, 4, 5, and the top portion of that inflorescence will always be a bud. It will never be a flower. In case of racemose, the top portion will never terminate into a flower. It will always remain a bud. Okay, so in raceme, the flowers have got stalks. You can see this is stalk, this is stalk, this is stalk. Now next is spike. This is also a spike. See, this is almost like this. The only difference is there. Here the flowers do not have stalks. Like in case of wheat, it does not have a stalk. Okay, so sessile flowers are there. But the number of flowers will be indefinite on one spike. Then third is umbel. As in case of coriander, again it will be indefinite number of flowers, but all the flowers will start from one common axis. As a result, it will give a shape of an umbrella. So it is called as umbel. Then there is capitulum. If I show you this, what is it? This is a sunflower. But do you know, sunflower is not a flower. So what is it? It's an inflorescence. It's not a single flower because it has got so many flowers. See, all these are flowers. Even you can say it's a bouquet of flowers. This is one flower which are called as ray florets. So these structures are called as ray florets. And the center ones are called as disc florets. Okay, so they are just for attracting the insects for pollination, whereas these are the fertile flowers. So this inflorescence is called as capitulum or head. It is a characteristic feature of sunflower family. In sunflower family, we have so many plants like marigold, zinnia, and so many others. Okay, so these are the different types of racemose inflorescence. Their common feature is that the arrangement of flowers is acropetal and there is indefinite growth of the floral axis. As a result, there are indefinite number of flowers and the top portion, the top point is always occupied by a bud, never a flower. So this is about racemose inflorescence. Now let's switch over to cymose inflorescence. Now cymose inflorescence, I will show you this one. What is it? It's an inflorescence of rose flower. So that is a cymose inflorescence. Here the arrangement is basipetal, which means the central portion has got the oldest flower and the youngest flower will be towards the base. Okay, so first point. Then the growth of the floral axis is limited, so there are limited number of flowers. Now there will not be any other number of flowers on this floral axis. So this is the cymose. And cymose also can be of different types. They may be uniparous, biparous and multiparous. Uniparous means, you can see here, first there will be one flower that will be on the top. Here the flower was at the base. So here the oldest flower is at the top. Then from its base only one flower will be produced. So this is flower number 2, flower number 3, 4, 5 like this. So at a time only one flower will be produced from its lateral side. Example is ticoma, trumpet vine flower. So they are showing uniparous. Whereas this one, jasmine and rose, they show biparous type of inflorescence. What happens here? There will be one flower and then there will be 2 flowers from each node. Suppose there is one flower and then there will be 2 flowers. So you can see here, 2 from here, 2 from here. So one in the central, then 2, then 2. One flower here, first flower is this. Suppose this one is second, this will be third. So one, the oldest flower top, then from its base there will be 2 flowers, then from the base of 2 flower there will be flower number 3 like this. So this floral axis will have only 5 flowers. Okay. For example, rose, jasmine. Likewise here, this multiparous. Instead of one flower or 2 flowers from its base, there will be many flowers arising. So as a result, it will be just like a bunch of flowers. You must have seen Exora flower. Exora flower shows multiparous arrangement of flowers. So these are the three main types of cymose inflorescences: uniparous, biparous and multiparous. Now we switch over to spatial type of inflorescence. In spatial inflorescence, it is a combination of cymose and racemose together. So here there are three different types of spatial arrangements. They are: first is verticillester, second is cythium, and third is hypenthodium. I will show you all these three. I am holding three different types of inflorescence. These are spatial inflorescence. First is verticillester. This is verticillester, like tulsi, basil. Okay, so this is basil. In this, what happens? It's a mixture of racemose and cymose. How? See, the growth of this peduncle is indefinite, but towards the side, the growth is definite. Okay, so this portion, it shows racemose inflorescence, whereas this portion towards the lateral sides, it shows cymose. So neither it is completely racemose or completely cymose. So we keep it in a separate category. So we call it as verticillester. Verticillester is a characteristic feature of Labiatae family. Labiatae family means like ocimum, basil, salvia, lavender, all these which these flowers have got lot of scent. Okay, so this is verticillester. Then next comes the cythium. This is cythium inflorescence. This is the flower of Euphorbia milli. The things which appear to be flower, these are not flower. These are bracts. These are the modified leaves. I will show you one other interesting feature. Have you seen this type of flower? What is it? It is bougainvillea. You will be surprised to know these colorful petal-like structures, these are not flowers. We consider them to be the flowers, but flowers are only internal. These are the modified leaves which are called bract. They do not perform photosynthesis. What do? They attract the insects for pollination because the flower is so small. So they attract the insects for the pollination. Likewise, this is cythium. These are bracts, colorful bracts. In the center, there are a combination of flowers. These are the flowers, very small flowers. And this arrangement is called cythium. Cythium is again a special type of inflorescence which is shown by the Euphorbiaceae family. Euphorbia. Then comes the hypenthodium. I will show you one thing. This one. You must have seen. This is fig. Anjeer. Okay. It appears to be a fruit. So it's a fruit. It's an inflorescence also. So this is an inflorescence having three types of flowers in it. Male flowers, female flowers, and in between neuter flowers. Like on the upper portion there will be male flowers. On the lower portion there will be female flowers. In between there will be flowers which are called as gall flowers, which basically attract the small insects, larvae of the insect, and they eat it and then they go out of this for pollination. So anjeer is an example of the hypenthodium type of inflorescence. So this whole inflorescence converts into a fruit. Likewise, mulberry, shahtoot, that shahtoot is also a complete inflorescence converting into a fruit. That is again a type of racemose which is called as catkin. I am not dealt it with here. So that is also inflorescence that converts into fruit. Likewise, pineapple, the complete pineapple is an inflorescence which converts into the fruit. So inflorescence, I am sure you must have understood how they are very important. What they do, they keep the flowers compact so that the pollinators, they are pollinating most of the flowers in one go. So that is the advantage of inflorescence. So inflorescence in a way helps the plant to propagate because they attract the pollinators, insects, birds and other pollinating agents, basically living agents, so that the pollination becomes faster. Okay, I hope you must have understood all these points about the inflorescence. Thank you.